Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about the three-dimensional array. So three-dimensional array is nothing but a list of items are given to one variable name using three subscripts. Such type of variable is called as a three-dimensional array. So sometimes three-dimensional array is also called as an array of arrays of arrays. So observe this diagram. So in this diagram, first one-dimensional array will be created. So after that, this one-dimensional array is stored as a four rows, 0th row, first row, second row, third row, like this manner. So it is a two-dimensional structure. So like this, so the multiple dimensions are stored within a computer's memory. So actually within a computer memory, like this manner, the three-dimensional array elements are stored. So this is 0th dimension of 2D array, first dimension of 2D array, and second dimension of 2D array. So in 0th dimension, having 4 rows and 2 columns. So totally, so in this 0th dimension, 8 values will be stored, 4 into, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 values will be stored. So this 2 will be referenced as a 0, 0, 0, and the next 4 will be referenced as a 0, 0, 1. So next this will be referenced as a 0, 1, 0, and 0, 1, 1, 0, 2, 0, 0, 2, 1. So 0, 3, 0, 0, 3, 1. So like this manner, so the three-dimensional array elements are represented or stored and accessed within a computer's memory. So like this manner also we can access the three-dimensional array elements like error of 2, of 3, of 1. So in this style also we can access the three-dimensional array elements. So next, implementation of three-dimensional array. So before going to use any three-dimensional array, we must declare that three-dimensional array. So it specifies the type of the array and what is the array name and the size of the each dimension. So here type indicates the type of the array, variable name indicates the name of the 3D array, S1 indicates the size of the dimension 1, S2 indicates the size of the dimension 2, like that. So we can give the n number of dimensions of multi-dimensional array also. So next, initialization of values into three-dimensional array. So we can initialize the values into three-dimensional array. So at the time of it is a three-dimensional array. So here a of 2 of 2. So a of 2 of 2 of 2 means so two dimensions, 2 rows and 2 columns. Totally 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 2, 8. 8 values we can store within this type of three-dimensional array. So at the time of compilation of a program, so we can initialize the values into 3D array. So after declaration also, while executing of a program, we can initialize the values like this manner. You have 0, 0, 1, you have 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1 equal to 2, you have 0, 0, 2 equal to 3. So like this manner, we can initialize the values into an 3D array. So if you want to store the values into, if you want to access the elements from three-dimensional array, so we need to use 3 for loops. So first for loop is related to 0th dimension, that is dimension, first dimension. So this is related to each dimension number of rows. This is related to each row, so the number of columns will be repeated. So here three-dimensional array having 3 indexes, so we need to use 3 for loops. So next, observe this example program. So in this example program, I have declared ARR array, so 3 into 3. So totally we can store the 27 values, so 3 into 3 into 3. So this 11, 12, 30 will be stored into. So from this position to this position, the values are stored in 0th dimension. So next, from this values to this position, so the values are stored in first dimension, and this position to this position, the values are stored in second dimension. So totally we have 3 dimensions. So each dimension having 3 rows and 3 columns. So this is 0th row, first row, second row. So these are all the rows. So rows, zeroth rows of the zeroth dimension. So these are all the columns, zeroth column, zeroth first row, first column, second column. So these are all the columns. So like this manner, so here we can initialize the values into three-dimensional array. So at the time of declaration of an array, so from this point of to this point of entire is related to declaration of an three-dimensional array, declaration and initialization of 3D array. So next accessing 3D array elements like this manner. So this is related to zeroth dimension. So next this is related to in zeroth each dimension. So for repeating number of rows we are using this j loop and k loop. This for loop can be used so to repeat the number of columns in each row of zero particular dimension. So thank you. This is regarding a three-dimensional array. So next we will discuss about the multi-dimensional array. So multi-dimensional array is nothing but so here observe this multi-dimensional array. So multi-dimensional array means a list of items are given to one variable name using more than one subscript. Such type of variable is called as a multi-dimensional array. So 2D array and 3D array comes under the multi-dimensional array. So the size of the multi-dimensional array is like that. So n into size of a particular array. For example, here observe this example. So int a of 22 means here the size 2 rows and 2 columns. Totally we can store the 4 values. So if you are taking 3D array, the size is 2 dimensions, 2 rows, 2 columns, 2 into 2 into 2. So totally 2 into 2 4, 4 into 2 8 values we can store in this type of 3-dimensional array. Okay, thank you. This is regarding what is a 3-dimensional array and what is a multi-dimensional array.